Rather than try to sell you products over social media, I am proud to say that this episode of The Quest Within is sponsored by Guild, a nonprofit based in St. Paul, Minnesota, that empowers individuals living with mental illness or experiencing long-term homelessness by helping them lead stable, fulfilling lives in the community of their choice. What I love about Guild is that they tailor all their services to their clients on an individual basis, and everything is super customized. They believe everyone is worthy of the opportunity to create a life with joy, community, safety, and shelter. They offer mental health services that cover everything from case management to intensive residential treatment services, which is an incredible alternative to hospitalization, ultimately reducing homelessness and creating stability for their clients. Through their housing support and evidence-based supportive employment services, Guild truly helps folks along their entire journey towards stability and independence. Their holistic, individually tailored approach has changed thousands of lives over the course of Guild's existence. All of these reasons are why I approached them to form a partnership, and I'm so glad that they decided to work with me to further make an impact. From here on out, I will be supporting Guild with monthly donations and also contributing 10% of my merch sales to further support their mission. If you are able, please consider either buying some of my merch or supporting Guild directly so they can continue to make an impact on the world. Please check out www.guildservices.org or visit any of my social media in order to find out more. Thank you again to Guild for not only sponsoring this episode, but for what you do in general. Now, let's get back to it.
This is The Quest Within.
Welcome to The Quest Within.
The Quest Within. Help, I'm trapped in his basement. There's murders in here. He just forced me to play Tetris against my will. I got 150. No, sorry. That went out of, I got 150. We together got 150 lines.
As you can...
we both played a version of Tetris we'd never played before.
As you can maybe envision, this is my good friend Pika / David /
DJ Tonedeaf.
You have so many names.
Too many names.
Yeah, but that's why I think you're a very interesting person. Not just that, but because...
Why narrow it down?
I've gotten to know you somewhat over the years.
Right.
Now. We met at VGM kind of a while ago,
VGM.
and we've been seeing each other a lot through
Afterglow
the
and just same scene,
which has been dope. And I've really enjoyed it. So you approached me at one of the Afterglow events about coming on here, and I of
this
course
is basically my first
absolutely.
podcast.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like ever, you've never recorded like this?
I've recorded like this, but I've never uploaded.
Okay,
so I have a whole lot, but I call it Past the Brain.
Okay,
where we just shoot the shit with my friends.
Yeah, okay.
But we never actually uploaded it. So I've got like probably 5 hours worth of recordings. Or
wow, okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, cool. So kind of know the process. I mean, it's just we're having a conversation.
Right,
I've
talked before.
Yeah, right. You have talked before. This is
allegedly.
True. I have heard you do it.
It's been documented.
Well, speaking of talking, what do you want to talk about today? I mean,
herp angina. No, but my voice is dead because I went to infrasound. I never came down for infrasound. My voice is still dead because I can't shut up.
That's how it goes. Well, okay, so let's get into it. In the car ride on the way here, you mentioned that we could talk mental health, we could talk philosophy.
I'm bipolar and maybe autistic, definitely have ADHD. I take a medicine called olanzapine to treat my bipolar disorder.
Olanzapine?
Yes, it's a antipsychotic, it's a mood stabilizer, antipsychotic, dopamine blocker, and a trip killer.
Okay.
And it helps me sleep too. It's
interesting, a trip killer, huh?
Yeah, so it's often used in hospital settings to help people come down from a really harsh
got it, like if they overdosed or something.
Yeah, or they're just having a really hard time.
Well, I would love to hear more about, I guess, your bipolar and the sort of, I don't know, struggles and the just I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't very educated about it, right?
Sure. I guess I'll start with how I define bipolar.
Sure,
so there's something I read a book that my aunt gave me. My aunt's bipolar. She gave me, after my first episode, she gave me a book called Mood Swing. and it's by a mental health expert and covers things other than bipolar disorder, but mostly bipolar. And there's something called the manic depressive scale, and it's a way to medically quantifiably rank someone's symptoms via their behavior / interpretations of reality kind of thing.
Okay.
So most people, it's from 0 to 100.
Okay.
0 is can't even move, living hell, depression. And 100 is full-blown Looney Tunes, psychotic, hopping off the walls,
Sure.
not babbling about nothing, can't make a coherent sentence to save their life. A majority, the healthy mood range is 45 to 55. That's where most people are most of the time.
Okay.
And
when they don't have bipolar.
Well, anybody can go outside of that mood range.
Sure.
Either be a stress or anger or that, like their aunt died or
life happens, right?
Yeah,
Or
so
death,
anything can
in
make
that case.
anyone go below that range. Anyone can, and then it's a little harder to go above, but positive stress alone can make someone go above that range. So 56 is the first increment out of that range, and for me, I interpret that as 20% of the way to full-blown insanity.
Okay.
So, and for 57, that's 40% of the way to full-blown insanity. And the increments were already there.
Yeah.
But the way I feel interpretively is that it's a full another level of insanity that's off of the regular baseline of what people regularly experience. So it's 20% more insane, or not necessarily insane, because insane kind of comes with the territory of not thinking properly.
Yeah, sure.
What I really mean is intensity.
Okay.
So, or energy level.
Yeah, okay.
So, 56 is just a little bit of hypomania, where I'm 20% of the way to full-blown insanity. I have more energy, more ridiculous, more character, more characterized of myself, maybe worse decisions.
Yeah.
But also comes with, as I interpret it, better intuition, more critical thinking, more mistakes, more big mistakes, but also just a lot more just zoned in, more present, high on life usually.
Okay.
Where am I going with this? So 60 out of 100 is 100% insanity or 100% intensity by the adrenaline junkie, love psychedelic person.
Yeah.
So that when I say I'm full-blown insane, trust me, I actually mean it. And it's pretty insulting when someone's like, you're not insane. I'm like, dude, you wouldn't even fucking know. You wouldn't know. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, what a bold claim to claim that you know what it's like inside somebody's head.
Yeah, people people are like, oh, you were in the psych ward. That's just their diversion. That's their definition of insanity. Like, no, that was my definition of insanity. That's why I went there.
Yeah, I see.
Right.
How many times have you been?
3.
3? Okay.
So it's once in Israel. My first manic episode was on my birthright trip to his. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's well documented. I have a lot of videos that I recorded while I'm full blown insane in Israel. Yeah. And that's actually where I discovered flow arts. Not really, because I didn't remember it, but I have a video of someone showing me poi for the very first time.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So
was it perhaps to psytrance?
No.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
But it's funny you say psytrance, because I discovered psytrance because my sister, who's the music, she's a music therapist actually now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but she...
Is this the sister you were talking to me about in the car?
I only have one sister.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
She, when I was in Israel, my second time in Israel was when I had my manic episode. It was my first time in Israel was when she introduced me to infected mushroom.
I love infected
So
mushroom.
I was in Israel, traveling with my mom. It was my first time out of the country, other than Amsterdam on the layover.
Okay, yep.
And my sister's like, hey, I think you like this band. And I'm like, okay, well, we're in a music store, so I'm just choosing based on the cover art, album art.
Yep.
And the first one I got was a 2007 one. At the time it was 2009, but it's 2000, actually no. It was now I'm confused. It was Vicious Delicious, and it came out in 2007.
Got it.
So it must have just fresh released.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not actually familiar with any of their albums.
All right, well...
I'm just familiar with certain songs. I've seen them twice.
I've seen them 7 times now.
That's amazing. They absolutely destroy
I've had
it.
several
So
dreams
good.
in which I've met them.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, like I've had a dream where I'm introducing myself, and they're like, we know.
Yeah, we've done this before. Man.
Right, yeah.
It's funny, in my productions, I use an infected mushroom plugin called Wider. It just widens the stereo field. Yeah.
I had one dream where I was at a concert. I was at one of their concerts, and it looked like it placed at it seemed like a mall. It was all like shut down and stuff, but like filled with people, obviously. and I was like being chased, like someone's trying to kill me. I'm running like as hard as I can through the crowd.
That's a vibe.
And right before like I'm about to get like fucking thwarted, like some like secret agent comes out of nowhere. They start combating like nuts, and I just get the fuck out of there.
That's wild.
Right.
Anyways, okay, so first Manic episode in Israel
2010
on your birthday.
I was 19.
Trip. And then second.
The second Manic episode?
Yeah.
2012, my psychologist who I was seeing, I'd been seeing him since middle school, where I started seeing him in middle school because of ADHD/depression.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd started seeing like all the time starting 2010.
Okay.
So I was seeing him for now 2 years straight, once a month, 1 hour per time.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, let's see how you manage with a lower dose. And I'm like, great idea.
Yeah.
And then I'm acting like I act now, only a little more ridiculous because I was 10 years ago, a little less refined.
Yeah, sure.
So I was enjoying it, loving it, getting really high on life, but like in a good way, like not like out of control. But then he's like, hey, let's see how you go off meds. And I'm like, yeah. And I got high on life again.
Yeah.
And not in a healthy way. And I'm like, I'm having too much fun to go back on meds. I'm sorry. No, I want full-blown insanity again.
Got it.
And then I got hospitalized.
Dang. How long do these episodes usually last?
Several months.
Okay, wow.
Episode, according to the book I read, it's
the
not
one you mentioned earlier?
Yes,
yeah.
the mood swing book, Dr. Five or Dr. Feeve, how it's pronounced. An episode isn't an official episode unless significant symptoms last for more than a week.
Oh, okay.
So for me, when I say an episode, I mean several months.
Okay.
Because I have bipolar 1, which typically means more intense, longer episodes than bipolar 2.
Okay. Is that the only difference?
No.
Okay.
That's the gist of the difference.
Okay,
Another difference is that bipolar 2 tends to manage better if they're trying to do it without meds.
Okay, interesting. Because I just had somebody on the show, and they didn't say if they were 1 or 2.
They might not.
But they were also bipolar, and that was also a fascinating discussion to have. But I never would have known that she was bipolar.
Sure.
Like, ever, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so in 2012, I went off my meds for about a month, hit full-blown insanity, still didn't want to go back on meds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took LSD for the first time.
Okay.
And I hit psychosis and I blacked out.
Dang.
I was yelling extravagantly loud at people in the house for no fucking good reason. I have no memory of it.
Dang. Other than being on LSD.
Well, I remember the parts where I wasn't blacked out.
Okay.
So I remember being in a good mood. I don't remember being in a bad mood.
Got it. Did that make you hallucinate as
No.
well? No, okay.
It didn't. It didn't make me trip. It did make me wig out and yell for no reason. But I wasn't.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, so I saw my cat who ran away. So, like, my parents, I live with my parents in Treopolis.
Yes.
And then we went to Minneapolis to go to my friend's house to trip.
Okay.
And I didn't trip. I definitely got high.
Yeah.
But when, like, it basically went from I was already full-blown insane when I took it.
Sure.
So I had no control after I took it.
Were you on normal, like, doctor prescribed meds when
No,
you did
I'd been
this?
off my
you've been
meds
off.
for about a month at this point.
Okay, interesting.
I was full-blown insane.
Got it.
Like, by my own interpretation.
Right, which again is 60.
60 out of 100 on the manic depressive scale. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Have you been above 60?
Oh, yeah, I've hit 82.
Dang.
I mean, but that was because I overdosed on 5-MeO DMT.
I see.
I took about at least 5 times more than it takes to break through.
Wow.
I would have died hands down if I didn't throw up like 5 times.
That's crazy. I hear you see God when you do DMT.
Yeah, you do.
Got it.
Yeah,
do you remember that experience?
Very vividly.
Yeah? Can you talk about it?
Let's first talk about the 3 manic episodes.
Yeah, sorry. But we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
That was in 2012.
Okay.
So 2010 is my first manic episode. It happened while I was in Israel. And I felt enlightened at the time. And I was sleeping only 3 hours a night because I was so excited and I felt like very energized and it was great. So they had me on day 6 is when they had me see a psychologist.
Okay.
That psychologist sent me, there's like, hey, we got to get you out of the country. Sorry. And I'm like, I was pissed. I was pissed.
I bet.
And then they sent me to the hospital. I liked how they treated me in the hospital. I just spent one night there. They prescribed me olanzapine, 10 milligrams.
Okay.
And I'm like, at the time, I'm like, I'm having a blast, but this is intense. Let's take this pill to calm down. I would like a chill pill. And when I woke up, I was hearing, my phone was playing music.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up, I was hearing the song Genius in France by Weird Al. And I'm thinking, oh, that explains everything. I'm a genius in Israel.
L'chaim, baby.
L'chaim, baby. Indeed.
I love that.
Right. So they gave me olanzapine. That's basically the only med I've ever needed.
Okay.
And the brand name is Zyprexa. And they actually gave me brand name Zyprexa when I was in there.
Got it.
But regardless, so that was, it was 6 days of losing my sanity. Day 7 is when I was hospitalized. Night 6 is when I was hospitalized. And then I believe day 7 is when they sent me home.
Okay.
So I was 2010, I was 19 at the time, and I was manic high for at least 2 to 3 months after that. And then I was of pretty insignificant depression during the winter months.
Sure.
And then in 2012, I went full-blown insanity from not taking my meds.
Okay.
And then before I actually hit full-blown insane, I went to visit Winona for the first time after going to college there.
I love Winona.
Yeah, it's great. So I didn't realize I was accidentally visiting during Steamboat Days. So it was even more like awesome than usual. And I was seeing a bunch of friends I hadn't seen in forever. And then
for sure.
I drove home on Sunday night, and I shouldn't have done that because it was storming. And I'm like, I don't care about storm, but it was a hurricane. It was one of the biggest storms of our entire Minnesota history.
And literally, when you're on those roads in the middle of nowhere, that's scary, dude.
It's not in the middle of nowhere. I'd crashed in Zumbrota.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that place. Yeah.
So I either just drove poorly or I was hydroplaning.
Yeah.
Which either way, I drove up. I've swerved, and then ended up in the median. Was hitting the brakes, and then I hit like a ditch thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled my car, or my dad's car.
Dang.
Yeah, and what was really funny is that when I go down to go get it from wherever I was holding it, so I was like, wait, you're just saying the only thing really wrong with the car is a busted tire and a left rearview mirror? So, yep, seems fine with that. And I'm like busted out laughing, and that's when I hit 60 again for the second time. And I knew I was getting manic symptoms. I didn't really realize I was manic, like hypomanic yet. And then once he told like, yep, it's fine. I'm like, and then I just hit 60 again, and I put on the aviators to look more like Hunter S. Thompson and drove back to Egan.
Dude, whoa.
Yeah, so that was the second episode, and it lasted until my hospitalization when I took acid for the first time. And I took at least 2 hits because I took the initial hit.
Okay.
And then they took it away from me because they didn't want me to get any crazier. And I had more, so I took that. And then once I was hospitalized, like the day after, I was hospitalized for 6 days for the second time.
Okay.
And day 2, I had my backpack with all my things because I was like, I prepared to go to the hospital because I knew I was going to the hospital. So I had all my things, including Altoids dosed with acid. So I'm like, well, acid got me into here. Maybe acid will get me out of here. I'm like, I'm already in the psych ward.
Yeah.
I'm already in the psych ward. What's the worst that could happen? So in front of the nurses and my parents, I took an Altoid in my mouth. It was like till my 3rd time on acid was while I was in the hospital.
That's wild.
And I don't remember much of it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a cocktail of.
Yeah, and then on the way
man,
into the hospital, the day before, they gave me Ativan against my will. I'm glad they did, but they did do that.
Interesting. So what does that do?
That's a benzo.
Oh, okay, got it.
It was my first time on a benzo.
Okay.
So it made me go from absolutely infuriated to, all right.
Yeah, hello.
I'm in the psych ward again. That was actually my first time in the psych ward. So
okay.
I like the psych ward.
Interesting. So how long?
6 days.
6 days?
6
okay.
days.
Okay,
Second
got it.
Time. Third time was I'd hit amphetamine psychosis from using Adderall on accident.
Whoa.
So I went off meds for a mushroom trip because that's before I knew that my pills don't really affect mushrooms.
Yeah.
So I went off pills to do mushrooms. I did mushrooms at my parents' house, and they came home. I freaked out for a half a moment. I'm, oh, they'll keep me safe. And then I had a really intense experience. Probably my first trip because my first 2 times taking mushrooms didn't trip. So this is my first trip.
Okay, yeah.
And big fat chocolate. And I got like, even if it didn't trip, I got really high. I'd say it tripped. And I was also insane at the time because I was off my meds. Okay. And also someone I was in love with was now in a physically abusive relationship. So I was like, ooh, yeah, indeed.
Oh my gosh.
So I was doing mushrooms. Well, the reason I was doing mushrooms with people, and then they all bailed, and I'm like, I'm doing them. So my parents came home. I freak out for half a moment, like they'll keep me safe, and then I just kind of trip out on my phone for a long time because like it was a brand new phone. It was like a LG Optimus G, the first G1 or whatever.
Okay, got it.
It was a great phone.
Yeah,
it was super fast and responsive. So I was like, and it was keeping up with me. I'm like, what the fuck? Smartphone genius. So that was like a few days into not taking my meds, and then a month after not taking my meds, I went back on my meds.
Okay,
but I was still hypomanic in a good way for the most part, and I also visited Winona again. But that's when I started doing Adderall, and then I did Adderall. I did 80 milligrams the first time I did it.
Yeah,
and just stayed awake the next day because that's not a problem for me.
I'm very unfamiliar because I've never done that. Is that a high or
it is a high? That's a party dose.
What's like a normal dose?
5 to 20.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah,
that's medical. For most people, medically, they just take 5 to 20.
Yeah. Dang.
So I took 80 for my very first time.
Oh my!
I liked it, but I wasn't really into it. But like, I'm like, I can't get a script. I have ADHD.
Yeah.
And I was abusing it on accident because I didn't realize I was abusing it. I got amphetamine psychosis because I was already bipolar, already not enough olanzapine. I'm not already. I was already manic-ish, already not enough olanzapine because I was already off in a month.
Yeah.
And then I started taking Adderall, which is already a stimulant, giving me more. It made me better at multitasking, which made me think I could handle my energy better, but it really gave me more energy that I couldn't control.
Got it.
So I went from being in a la la land to too much Adderall to psychosis from I can't tell the difference between my delusions and reality anymore.
Wow.
It was scary.
I bet.
It was scary.
Oh my god.
It was a lot of fun because I had my first Manic episode, I came up with a video game so addictive it create world peace. My second Manic episode.
If only. Oh my god.
My second Manic episode, I was actually like very concretely writing a shitload of ideas about how it functioned.
Yeah. Like
all the mini games, how the infrastructure, how it so it was very vivid. Like I actually was like hypermind thinking about it because it was manic.
Sure.
And then the third Manic episode, I'm so delusional that I'm playing it.
But if only there could be a game so
there can't.
That it could create world peace.
I mean, I just need more time.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope you make it.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna make the blueprint and have other people.
You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Fantasy future.
Yeah, dude. Cause man, I would play the absolute ever living shit out of that game.
Yeah, and you'd actually be helping the world by doing it.
That's so cool. What I mean, okay, do you remember, like, obviously you remember, you have the blueprint. So what is this game like? What do you do in it?
Essentially, if you want to, it's an altruism-based game.
Okay.
So you can either teach classes live or just make classes, like, it's about, like, teaching people what you know easily. So you might not be advanced in math, but you could easily teach elementary school math to someone in another country.
Yeah, true.
Or teach grammar to someone who does, get what I'm saying. Teach something you know easily without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe even just tying someone's shoes, helping someone blind find something that they're looking for.
I love that.
And then in all the mini games, or just most of the mini games, you get points just by playing it. And those points you could use to buy food or get a little bit of coin.
That's cool. I would love if that was a real thing.
It will be.
Good. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yep. Well, you have to.
Yeah, true.
Because you're 3-dimensional until I create the 4th-dimensional bridge to the 5th dimension.
Right. I actually have a song that's when I used to make original music under the name Wade Watts, which I still do sometimes.
You're a great remix artist. Thank you for bringing your VGM love to the club.
I got you. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't make sense not to.
Till I kill you in Tetris.
But I wrote a song called The 4th Dimension.
Oh!
Basically, my understanding of it is like deja vu is like your mind experiencing a memory sort of like in reverse almost.
I get it.
You're like, I feel like I've done this before.
Oh, I feel that all the time.
Yeah.
You've seen South Park, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So Kenny, when he dies, he becomes again as like himself in his bed. Like he just is automatically in 4th grade again in his bed, right? for me, I feel like this is like that, but like instead I just start all over from birth. But I don't remember it fully, but this is like my at least 20th time as David, Jared, Albert, Finver, Pika, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's my 20th time in through this as this individual.
Oh, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
I want you to unpack that, man.
Well, everything feels pretty familiar and intuitive, even if I've never, like, this is my first time recording with you in this house, but still it's like, you know. So
Dude,
okay, so I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of how I know I'm like, that was definitely not my first time doing that. So I was volunteering in 2015. I was volunteering in Israel in a village where my sister met her husband.
Yep.
And these kids are asking me what drugs I've done. I'm thinking, well, I can't just tell them because I'm supposed to be a role model right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, I can't just come up with obscure ones because no one's going to get that jokes.
Yeah.
So what I did was I'm just like, well, there's hypoxylon and tavalase and tribonyl I found that 7 syllables with just 7 random syllables thrown together makes a chemical. So hyponylotosalidase or direxetalavorldose, or
I love making up fake pharmaceutical drugs. Yeah. Talk to your doctor about Zalmextatron. Zalmextatron.
Dude, that one gave me diarrhea.
Yeah. That is one of the common side effects. Yeah, side effects include. Anyway,
you call me a basic bitch.
Yeah, you were saying.
I don't know. All right, so I was just saying I wouldn't have thought of how to do that, like just coming up with bullshit chemicals, if it wasn't my first time doing that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, I think I was prepared.
There are times in life that I also feel that way too, where it's like I've done this before and like
I haven't,
I don't know what it is, or like I've had a dream about it, and I sincerely.
Well, we're all psychic a little bit. That's probably part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I consider myself a little clairvoyant because I'm a time traveler. At least I identify as a time traveler.
Right. And if it's
your
your 20th time.
Or a Jedi in training. Or a Jedi that wants master.
If it's your 20th time in this body experiencing this. Yeah, man, I have so many questions. It's like, where do I
have
start,
so many answers.
Yeah, but it's like, where do I start? I think that that's really cool. Well, okay, anyway, so back to the fourth dimension thing though, which got us
your
on
song.
This.
You're right.
So music, I feel like, is the best way to access what limited grasp we have of the fourth dimension. Because
that's a great.
Yeah, because it brings up, when I hear a certain song,
it's a vibration that nothing else can do.
Right, exactly.
It's a very specific vibration that activates something throughout all the cosmos.
Yeah, this is why I've dedicated my life to music, and the nostalgia bombs that I keep dropping on people, right? I feel like that it sets you up in a way to heal if you want to. Because it makes you vulnerable, and you're hearing that song that you heard as a kid,
right?
It
or
just
in the womb.
Up this world. Yeah, right, exactly. Who knows?
Or even if you didn't hear it, your ancestors heard it.
Yeah, for reals. I'm pointing at Pika. You can't see this in the podcast, but I'm like, yes.
And I'm smiling, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. We like that word around here.
Right.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I don't know if you know this, I like to use another word I like to use incorrectly. Foreshadow.
Elaborate.
I just say a word foreshadow when I say something I'm about to do.
Oh. Hey, that's sort of the fourth dimensional like weirdness. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love
foreshadow. I'm gonna point at you.
Yeah.
It's like I already did it. So it's like
yeah.
And if I already did it, I call it a retroactive foreshadow. So retroactive foreshadow. I pointed at you.
I love that. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh, Pika, you are.
I got something. Okay, you've obviously seen Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
So on my flight home when I got kicked out of the country from being too mentally unhealthy,
when you were in Israel,
first episode, yes, 2019.
Yep.
I had to have a medical escort because they didn't trust me flying alone. So it was even more expensive.
Gosh. Oh my
So a free trip to Israel cost a $5,000 trip home because my dad needed to book a next day flight from Israel back to New York.
My gosh.
And he had to find his way to New York, like from Minnesota, like with like a day and a half notice. He was not happy. Anyway, I had a medical escort, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm flying. I'm time traveling now, and I'm the doctor's companion.
That's so incredible.
Right.
Okay, back to Israel. What were you volunteering for?
Oh, you mean in 2015?
Yeah, you just said you were volunteering, but like,
sure.
What was it?
The official thing was I was an English tutor.
Okay.
But more or less, I was just about 6 hours a day ish. 5 days a week, I was just cleaning the kitchen. Like it was in kitchen work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've always
Like
wanted to go
dishwashing.
to Haaretz, Israel.
So
Maybe
yeah,
one day.
it was Yemi Nord is the name of the village, and my sister was there doing army service at the same time that his
for
name's
sure.
Navo. And yeah, so we met Navo, and then they at the time she was in I want to find a husband mode.
Got it.
Meaning she's dating specifically to marry.
Yep.
That means the instant she figures out it's not gonna work, it cuts off.
Yeah.
So in the span of about 2 years, my sister dated approximately 26 guys.
Honestly, though, like
It's not as slutty as it sounds. You're not touching them at all.
no, and like doing it the
No,
good
sure, yeah, she was
Jewish
showing
way.
me Nagia, so she didn't touch them at all. In fact, the very first time she touched her husband was as he was putting the ring on her finger at their wedding.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
that is so wild to me.
Yeah, my parents met my brother-in-law for the first time at the wedding.
Wow.
Other than video chat, yeah.
That sounds super.
Another funny thing, the very first time my sister is fluent in Hebrew. The very first time she heard her boyfriend at the time, whatever, the very first time she heard him speak Hebrew was speak English was when he was talking to my parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Israel.
Yeah.
It just seems like it would be a really cool place to go.
It
I'm
is.
jealous
It's
that
one of
you've
the
been a
coolest
couple
places you
times.
could possibly visit.
Yeah, for real.
It's more of a melting pot than New York City. Honestly,
Really?
yes, absolutely,
No way.
absolutely.
And when you're there, obviously, like you're in that.
I've never
village, but are
seen
you in,
any
like, Tel
trace
Aviv?
of
Are you in
violence other than this. When I was there in 2019, right after I got off the plane, I heard air raid sirens.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've never seen any violence.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's.
It's
very
not nearly as
interesting.
violent as it sounds.
Yeah, because
I mean, not now is a little different.
Yeah, now is different, right? Because of all the weirdness going on. But yeah. I cannot stand what's going on in the world. It's weird. So like with all this stuff going on in the world and so this is a great segue. With all the stuff going on in the world,
Right?
and you living with the condition that you live with. How do
You
you
mean
cope?
bipolar?
Yeah. How do you cope?
Better than most.
Yeah. Elaborate.
I'm
on that.
already know how to handle the world when it's upside down,
Sure.
and I've got meds, and I've got 3 psychologists on my team.
Bam. Yeah.
I
You have a
actually
village,
go to
it sounds like.
psychotherapy.
Yeah.
I've got 180 hours logged at least.
Dang.
And I was doing EMDR therapy,
Okay.
but my therapist just dropped me last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that
she
sucks.
doesn't like me when I'm manic. My attitude doesn't sit right with her. I tried to give her all the warnings. She doesn't. She's still softy.
Yeah.
I outgrew her so fast.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a compliment.
But
That means she needs more
yeah.
therapy more than me.
Well, and I've heard it said that, I mean, even on the consumer side, so to speak, and I'm putting that in air quotes, it does take maybe 1, 2, 3 tries to find a good therapist that actually clicks with you, right?
Someone
So-
compared it to dating, and I find
Yeah.
that's unfortunately too true because you really got to find someone you really match with. They have to also be psychologically excellent
Yep.
and not be a judgmental shit.
Right.
Some of them are, even
Yeah,
though they're
for sure.
supposed to. Yeah.
And
So
I mean,
there, and what's funny is that there are actually, I didn't know this until, ever heard of Chatting with Candace?
I have not, no.
All right, you obviously aren't as pornographically inclined as me. There's a Eva Levia. Oh, damn it, you get it.
Yeah.
Candace has a Chatting with Candace. She has her own podcast, and she said
Okay.
that therapy has side effects.
Elaborate.
I won't. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Next topic.
So the biggest example, me having 2 psychotherapies right after each other, I'm usually bedridden because I'm thinking about so many things and I have so much on my mind I can't do anything, even though I obviously can.
Yeah.
So that's just one example. Being overwhelmed by all the things that you just critically thought about.
So then
We have a very fucked up, crazy world, and thinking about it critically for that long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Reality is pretty damaging.
it's wild, right? Like
That's the point. That's the point. They want reality to be damaging. That way they can control us better.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Honestly, I do think that, man. Like if you see what's going on,
It's hard not to think that. That's
Yeah.
obviously what's happening.
it's wild.
By the way, there's going to be a staged alien invasion, so be prepared for that.
Ooh.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I mean, the government did just acknowledge that. Oh, UFOs are real. Yeah.
No, but not well.
Yeah, true.
They're they can't. They still haven't admitted that UAPs exist. Like UAP was the word to throw people off of UFOs.
Sure.
And they're still botching that. Like there's now 9 classes of UAPs, and we can't definitively say if any of them exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm an amateur UFO paparazzi.
Which is so cool. You should go to Quantum Con.
Cool. I've never heard of that.
It is, my friend Anton runs it. It's here in Minnesota.
All right.
I DJ'd it. It was 3 weeks ago? And yeah, it's like about paranormal. They have like UFO people there. It's
Nice.
really cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, in 2013, I saw my first rod, which is a rod is a collection of plasmoids, which
Okay.
are remember I showed you that you saw the video that
Yeah.
so that's a plasmoid.
Okay.
An interdimensional being of pure energy. And it's just like it poses as a star, but not very hard.
Okay.
And so in 2013, so the day after I hit full-blown insanity for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
So I'll describe that briefly.
Okay.
So I was driving my friend, David. He was the David I've met in 3rd grade, and I've been going to Hebrew school with him since ever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's basically at least 2 decades of my life. Kind
Okay.
of thing. Bestie, pretty much.
Awesome. And
So
I
he
love how
stayed
you're
at my
both
house
named
briefly.
David. Yeah.
And I drove him to visit his sister, who was his blood sister.
Okay.
I had never met.
Yeah.
And she's like in the hospital on her deathbed kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's very emotional, all that. And I'm already I'm back on meds, but they're not enough to keep me from being hypomanic.
Okay.
Because again, I'm in the emotional roller coaster of the girl I'm madly in love with is being physically abused.
Yeah. That's sad.
It is.
Yeah.
And so I take him to visit his sister, and then while I'm in the hospital, I have like my first panic attack.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't say panic attack. I had an anxiety attack.
Okay.
I'd never had one before. And that just basically meant I went to find the emergency people, and I had them like evaluate me.
Okay.
And they just kind of like were like, "Hey, what are you going through?" They pulled out a whiteboard and a marker. Like, "Okay, let's go through. What are you feeling? What are you scared about?"
Yeah.
And after an hour, I'm like, "I guess I'm all right." They prescribed me some kind of med, and I'm like, "I don't want to take this."
Sure.
Anyway, so we're at the hospital, and I have a mild freak out, and I go to like, I'm not sure if this is the second time or the first time or second time in the hospital, but like, I had the freak out. I go to the computer lab, and I start looking up things on arrowwood.org.
Okay.
You know what that is?
I don't.
Harm reduction website with a lot of drug information.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly legal, perfectly natural thing to do, but
Yeah.
like I was scared that I was gonna get caught, looking at yeah.
Right.
I was in a paranoid state of obviously
Sure.
very paranoid.
Sure.
Or like manic mania for me comes with paranoia because you're so much more imaginative that
Yeah.
I tend to look at risks more accurately, or not more accurately, more prevalently when I'm in a delusion state, just because I'm in a sci-fi head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're just being more careful. I get it.
I'm
Yeah.
not even more careful isn't the right word. I'm in a sci-fi head.
Sure.
So I'm thinking about things that are technologies that don't actually exist.
Got it.
So I'm in the hospital. I'm freaking out. The fact that the colors were changing in the lobby room was freaking me out for some reason. That's not normal for a hospital. So we go back to my house. I start playing Audio Surf, I think.
Mhm.
And then that's when it becomes Fantasy Future, where I think that like, oh, this game, but all the ideas I had for this game were jacked from me and developed by the underground community and stolen, plagiarized, bastardized. It's no
Yeah.
longer a game about world peace. It's now about domination. But all of it's, as a game, it still functions the same.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing a normal video game, but I'm thinking it has as it's affecting the war in the actual real world.
That's
I know.
Wild.
So night one, I was freaking the fuck out because I'm thinking lives are at stake when I'm just playing video games.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking that like David can read my mind because he's like changing channels right when I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just delusion, but I'm having a blast because I'm playing Fantasy Future for the first time.
Sure.
And so I survive for a night and I'm like, fuck yeah. I mean, I didn't survive the video games, but like I survived the night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I survived psychosis. I win. So I go out onto my trampoline. I spent my bar mitzvah money on a trampoline.
Nice.
And
That's a solid
right?
use of,
Absolutely. So I anyway. So I took a couple of CDs, some burned CDs. One of the CDs was Super Mario Sunshine.
Love that game.
Well, so I can do a whenever I go on a trampoline, the very first thing I do to get warmed up is a backflip 360.
Nice.
Because it's just one of my favorite things to do. I'm like, let's just make sure I can still do that without any practice. Yeah.
That reminds me of put the control stick up and then tilt it back and jump and then in Mario Sunshine. Anyways.
I go onto the trampoline.
Yeah.
And you toss a frisbee, like just whoosh.
Yeah.
So I had these 3 CDs or whatever, and I was doing a backflip 360 and trying to whip it like a frisbee as hard as I fucking could as a way to call aliens.
What? Okay. Yeah.
Right, because I'm thinking like aliens have nice enough telescopes so they can see me while I'm just in broad daylight doing that on a trampoline.
Yeah.
So I'm calling aliens by doing a backflip 360, chucking these CDs as hard as I can. At least one of them ended up on the roof. I was just like, fuck yeah. And then the next day I'm playing Fantasy Future. I got some sleep at the day or whatever.
Yeah.
And the next night I'm playing Fantasy Future again. And I survive again. I'm like, damn, that was fucking intense. Because like, even though I know it's delusion, I don't know it's delusion.
Sure. Yeah.
So I go outside to just get some nature. Just like chill out. It's like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And then I spot something, like a light over like the trees a little bit far down. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Immediately. And like, it kept just going over the trees. I'm like, it's floating. Just a rod of light floating. Getting closer. I'm just like, what?
Yo.
Yeah. So I'm just watching it like float above the road about 50 feet in the air. So maybe closer to 40.
Yeah.
Like above the houses, but not very high above the houses. It's just floating towards me. And then eventually it's just floating toward me. And then it's in my yard.
Yeah.
A little above me. And I'm just looking like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is
with a
that?
smile on my face. But I'm like, well, I'm thinking my delusion, because the colors it was mostly displaying was red, green, blue, and yellow.
Okay.
I was thinking it was a Google bot.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Makes
but it was
sense.
like, it was a rod of light about a foot. Really bright. It looked like my hand would just go right through it if I swat it, but I'm like not touching it because like I'm not that tall.
Yeah.
Also, that could kill me.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck this thing
Who
is.
knows?
And it's just giving me a light show, like a really basic light show and a rod shape, but it's just staying in this rod shape, changing colors, just like hues changing colors. And it's like little, like just dots, like little, just orbs of light, just giving me a really basic light show. I'm just like, what?
That is so cool, though.
And I'm just thinking like I think it's checking me out. Like I'm maybe like putting off some energy that's saying like I'm in distress.
Yeah.
Something is checking my vitals and stuff. I can visually in my mind see its HUD scanning me. No, just my imagination.
Yeah, of course, but still,
Yeah.
I love this story. Yeah, I'm fully
And
invested.
so it's giving me a light show for 90 seconds, and then it floats away. And I'm just like, what?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I just saw an alien. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Should I write about it? I don't know. It feels even a little bit too much. Oh no, I know. It's time to smoke a fucking bowl. Obviously. I've been up all night. I just saw some interdimensional cosmic smoke a bowl. So
I don't think that you're like lying though.
No,
I've seen also weird stuff, and I want to talk
I knew
about that
even
as well.
at the time I knew it wasn't a hallucination.
for sure.
And then I didn't have it on camera, but in 2018, on May 6th, I saw a streak of light at night. I'm thinking, well, that's either like a shooting star or it's a UFO again. And this time I got my camera right on me.
Ooh.
So I got videos of me chasing down this orb.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
We can do it right now.
Yeah, let's
Well,
do it after we
yeah.
record. But I want to see that.
All right.
Okay, so
it was all started with I'm a UFO paparazzi, and I wanted to give the detail of my first experience. And then 2018 is when I started. They started visiting like my house, and then I realized, oh, now I know what they look like. I can see them anytime stars are visible.
Yo,
Anytime, and anyone can look at them with their phone or any kind of camera that can zoom in.
oh, that's
It's not unique to
fascinating.
my phone or
I
anything.
definitely want to hear about how to do that.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Tripods help. You don't need one.
Okay. Very interesting. When I was in China, I've been there like 4 times.
Okay.
One of the times I was there, I was in the apartment that I was staying in, and my friend comes in, right? We'd had a couple drinks, whatever, but nothing crazy, right? So we're sitting on his balcony, we're having a beer, we're shooting the shit, we're talking. All of a sudden, we see this floating, like, orb, but it wasn't, like, just an orb. You could tell it was like a ship, and it was, like, just floating right above us.
No noise.
No noise. Yep. And so we see this thing, and it's just like there, just kind of watching us. And we're like, is that a UFO? Like, both of us. We're like, yeah, I think that is a UFO. And then I pulled out my phone to start recording it, and it vanished. Yeah, like that has happened to me.
When they want to be elusive, they will be.
Yeah.
When they don't want to be elusive, they won't be.
So that experience like forever changed what I think about all that stuff. Right. And it's like, dude, there's so much being hidden from us all the time. And so, like, why not? Right. And the universe is so vast. It's so big.
It's unrealistic to think that we're alone.
It's so stupid to think we're alone. Like, anyways, yeah, that's crazy. Well, you know what? We're nearing like the end. Right.
So, we barely scratched the surface. We just
wild.
We didn't talk about video games. We actually talked about Tetris at the very beginning.
Yeah, we did. And we talked about the game that is gonna bring world
fantasy
peace.
future.
I can't wait. Let's just like leave the listeners with like a takeaway if you want.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Psychedelic takeaway, as it were. I'm gonna leave you with a cheat code, or I consider it a life hack, or like if life is a game, this is the formula to get the most experience points out of life. And I'm saying this because, like, me personally, when it comes to psychedelics or anything in general, my worst part of it is not integrating enough. So learning the lessons but not actually applying them.
Oh yeah.
So I want you to, this is on that same kind of note. I discovered in my second Manic episode, this time I come up with a formula to maximize your experience points out of life. So every event in your life is 3 things. 1, it's a story.
Okay.
2, it's a lesson.
Okay.
3, it's a joke. That's it.
I love it.
So yeah, go pick out something that you want to learn about and get passionate about it, because learning is one of the best things you can do to make this world a better place. Be altruistic if you feel like it. Otherwise, just be artful / don't hurt anyone.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. I think
if you
altruistic
want,
and
if you're ambitious enough,
yeah, dude. I often do think of this whole thing as a simulation, and it's just a video game. And I'm definitely going to do a video about that at some point. So.
Well, you got to include me.
Yeah, dude. Let's go. David, Pika, it's been
DJ Tonedeaf, Linda Sparks,
Vanessa Dixon. You're definitely one of the most fascinating human beings I've ever met, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, cool.
Thanks for time traveling with us.
The Quest Within. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This is the Quest Within.